So I'm just back from a bicycle ride with that new road bike of mine.
Look how sexy that bike is.
Cannondale.
I think it looks great. I love the sharp contrast with the black and the pink and the reddish orange color that it's got going there. I think part of your motivation for getting that bike is you realize that you're too sexy and that yellow bike was cramping your style, was making you way too slow, and a queen should be riding a proper bicycle like the one there at the back. Am I correct?
Yeah. No, that Yellow City bike looked very cute, but it was way too heavy. It was wearing me down. I could ride it through the hills, okay, but it's not the same than something light like that. So 20 kilos versus 8 kilos.
Yeah, 8 kilos, that's quite a difference, eh?
Yeah, so I had it for 1.5 years, and you had yours for a few months, and then you quit because Uber was making it way too hard.
Yeah, I sold it about 3 months ago. I had mine for about a year and 2 or year and 3 months, and then I sold it because I just don't like working on that bike. It's just it's not easy to replace parts, and it's not easy to get the wheel out to replace the tube, and also I had a skewer for the rear wheel, and that didn't work too well because the previous wheel I broke the spokes off. And I got it replaced with a skewer wheel, and then that wheel would always be out of alignment after a while of riding, so it was just really annoying. Got rid of it, got a nice Cannondale bike like the missus over here.
Yeah, so why did we get the city bikes in the first place? Well, I talked about it, but we thought it would be lower maintenance, less cost.
We thought it would be cheaper to maintain. We thought it would be nicer for riding the dirt roads, which it was. But we never really rode on terrain that justified having these wide tires in any case. So
no, not really. Well, we did our longest trip ever with them, but whew, that was hard to push. Huh?
Yeah, what, 2,000 kilometers? Or was it more? I think it was more than 2,000 kilometers. Yeah.
And some elevation, quite a lot of elevation.
Yeah, and you felt every single meter of that elevation.
Yeah.
I remember there were quite a few moments when we got off to walk.
We had to. We didn't have the gearing for that. And now with that one, I have the gearing to climb hills and mountains normally. It feels so awesome.
And now you can climb hills with one leg.
Maybe we could talk about how the bike is equipped, because you know all of that. And
you mean what components the bike has?
Yes.
Okay, so the bike has Shimano 105. And the wheels are Mavic Axiom wheels. I was a little bit skeptical of the Axiom wheels because when I rode Mavic wheels back in the day, I did have a freewheel body problem, so I hope that these wheels don't give the same problem. Mavic is a good brand, so they should be reliable, I'm hoping. And the seat post is stuck, and no one wanted to buy the bike, but Coins or by a stroke of fate, Pauline was the exact right height for that saddle height. So
yeah.
At least you don't have to worry about the seat post slipping.
Yeah, exactly. So we saw the announcement, and then we said, "Hey, let's can we check your bike on Sunday, bro?" So Paul rode there in an hour, and I walked there. No, I walked and I ran a bit. It was 25 kilometers away. And we arrived just on time, perfect. It was quite a long hike actually for me.
Well, that's commitment. Walking 5 hours to get a bicycle.
And that was faith that the bicycle would be my size. Think about it.
There is a new meaning to the phrase leap of faith.
Yeah.
Or shall we say the walk of faith?
Yeah. The sound in the background is my cat shuffling the litter box.
Sorry. The cat has litter box enthusiasm.
So when I sat on that bike, it was the exact perfect size for my height.
And I took a measuring tape and measured it.
It was
her saddle height is 68.5, and that bike was exactly 68.5.
Now we ordered a part of stem for the handlebar because it's a bit too long and I have some pain at the back up here. So I would be more comfortable with a shorter handlebar stem.
Yeah, you're a small pet, as you like to say.
Yeah,
Make your pet sound.
yeah, I'm short. That's fine. What else? The derailleurs and brakes and stuff.
Right. Oh
Anything
yeah,
interesting?
we said how much it weighs. Derailleur, it's all Shimano 105. What else? Oh, it's a 11-speed bike. So you're not going to run out of gears. There'll always be a comfortable gear for you. And doesn't have any special tires, but I think those are 25mm tires on there. So you'll have all the grip that you need. And now you just got to ride the damn thing.
I'm only asking for that. Now it's sunny finally, it's getting warm, so I'll ride as often as I can. I love to ride. And with that city bike, I still rode for groceries, 2 kilometers away, or even 10 or 15 kilometers away. But whew, it's quite exhausting. And now I have strong legs because I pushed and pulled that heavy bike. And riding something like that, I can finally go somewhere,
It
have
feels
some
like
speed.
you're gliding on air now, eh?
Yeah. And also this one has a frame that's compatible for the rear rack for adding panniers. So that's really good because I don't like to carry stuff in a backpack.
Pannier bags, that's what you
Yes.
wanted to say.
Yeah.
So you got my 2 pannier bags on there for now.
Yeah.
And she did the shopping in Germany today, and she said it was such a pleasure to ride there and back.
Yeah, it was.
She was drafting the faster fun riders, and usually before that she wasn't able to keep up. Now those e-bikers have no chance.
No chance. What else can we say about this one? Well, it was second hand. It was half as cheap as the original price.
Oh yeah, the price was €800.
Second
So
hand.
it wasn't like a complete bargain, but I don't think we paid too much for the bike either.
I think it's slightly better than the previous one I had.
So please donate to her PayPal so that our life is not so hard. Thanks. I hustle very hard to buy her these things.
Also, it's a model from 2016 with a rim brake and no disc brake. We really don't want disc
we
brakes.
really want a rim brake, not because Durian Rider says so, but because it's actually a better bike.
Yeah, because he's right about that.
Yes, he is correct.
I don't want something that requires high maintenance and that is dangerous.
No, disc brake isn't dangerous. It's just it's difficult to maintain. Harder to maintain than a rim brake bike, and it's heavier. And what else?
I know, a disc that rotates would cut me, and I'm very fragile.
No, it's not that. It's the rubbing. It's that fucking rubbing. I remember when I rode a mountain bike, just the disc would rub, and it felt slow.
Yeah,
I don't like stuff that rubs.
It must be annoying, yeah. Anyway, this bike, it looks almost like new. We are very surprised, huh? So I'm happy about that.
It looks in great condition, and it looks like it hasn't ridden much. Maybe 15,000 kilometers at most.
Yeah, it shifts perfectly. It's
crisp.
I don't see any
Crisp
scratch.
shifting.
No scratch.
Yeah.
Oh, because after the heavy city bike that had a rear wheel that we replaced because all the spokes were getting broken one after another.
Yeah, you were just tired of stuff breaking. Yeah, that was also why I got rid of the steady bike. Stuff was just breaking all the time.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
Too bad because it looked sturdy because of the weight, but it's not that simple.
A city bike is for low mileage riders. We're higher mileage riders, so therefore we need something that can accommodate to our needs.
Yeah, something that doesn't break easily, that can be fixed easily out there. Yeah. Anything else?
Oh yeah, you also got a bell for your bike.
Yes, a bell.
To let people know the serious riders are coming through.
Because if I say, hey, move,
they don't take you seriously. But when you blow that horn, then people know. Now the queen is coming through.
Yeah. We also ordered pink pedals that are lightweight. They are not equipped yet, but we're waiting for the parts to arrive.
Flat pedals.
Yes.
She's not a clip-in rider anymore.
Like I can use clipping pedals.
Well, we're going for 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's not hard for me to use clipping pedals. I'm used to it, but why have different pairs of shoes when you can only have one that works for walking, riding, running, everything.
All in one. Like 2-in-1 shampoo, 3-in-1 shampoo, conditioner / shampoo, and body wash, all in one.
Yeah, exactly. And here on this one, I added a padding, an extra layer for the saddle, because I don't want to have cycling shorts. I don't see the point when you can have something comfy on the saddle.
Yeah, and that's also a life hack to save some money if you're a cyclist. Fuck the cycling clothing, just wear casual clothing and make your saddle comfortable.
Yeah, because these cycling shorts, they become, see-through after not long. Huh? I don't want everyone to see my ass crack. And I like to wear normal pants.
I like to see your ass crack though.
Yeah, but it's not for the public. Huh?
Okay, so you're definitely not starting that OnlyFans anytime soon.
No.
Never.
No.
Never.
No.
Okay.
Anyway, I think here's a helmet, some cycling glasses, gloves, just no cycling shoes and cycling shorts.
And I think that about wraps it up.
Yeah, that's about it. If you have other questions about the new bike and my reasons, you can just ask them down there what you think about the bike, and if you enjoy the footage that I added here on this video.
And learn from our mistakes. There is no other bike than a rim brake road bike, preferably a Cannondale. Ciao for now.